So I wanted to show you something if you can see this. We've got Theo there and Olive there. Olive is full grown, absolutely full grown. Theo is not. Theo is, let's see, 10 months old. So pigs can continue to grow potbellies for 3 to 5 years. At 3 years, they're going to have most of their weight on the, or their size, like structure, but then they can add a little bit more girth after that. So here's what I want to show you about Olive. We're pretty sure she's pregnant. So potbellies have that stereotypical sway back and the pot belly. That's what distinguishes them. You can just tell by glancing. But her pot belly is much lower, and let's see if I can get up closer here. See if I can get closer so you can see. Her teats are, you see right there? Her teats are a lot bigger and more pronounced. So pigs, gestation period of potbelly pigs is 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. And by my calculations, I mean, when you put two animals together, unless you, like projection, you know, commercial farms will artificially inseminate animals, and that's how they know from their records when an animal got pregnant. We obviously don't do that here. I'm not doing that. We like to let nature take its course. So Theo and Olive have been together for a while, but from the beginning, Theo was just, not to be indelicate, but he was a little bit too small to do the deed, like shorter. He just couldn't quite make the mark. We'll just put it that way. I kind of felt like piggy porn out here, where I felt like I needed to help a poor boy out. Olive was actually in the early days really, it was kind of funny. She was trying to help him out, but he just wasn't tall enough. So we, about 6 weeks ago, saw them make contact. Woo! So we're just sort of estimating how far along she is, and we have already started a waiting list for piglets, for potbelly pigs. So here's the thing with potbelly pigs, you've heard me talk about this before, or maybe you haven't if this is the first time that you're seeing a video, or first time you're seeing a video from me about pigs. Potbelly pigs, a lot of people are surprised that Olive is as big as she is. She's actually not that big. We estimate her weight at about 125 pounds maybe. And we estimate Theo's at about 40, I would say, give or take. So potbelly pigs can be up to like 300 pounds. And they just keep growing. Like I said, they're not mature like most dogs have reached their mature size at about a year, and then they start to fill out after that and they lose that puppy appearance. Pigs continue to grow up to 3 to 5 years. So if you hear of somebody that says, oh, it's a micro mini pig, they're lying. They are lying. Do not, lying dirty rat bastards, do not believe them. Do not believe them. They're selling you a bill of goods, or they're just ignorant and don't know. They're just repeating. And I mean ignorant in not a mean way. I just mean they don't know. There's no such thing as a micro mini teacup pig. Now, some people would call Theo that, but the truth is Theo is just an immature, he's a juvenile. He's not fully grown yet. And what disreputable breeders will do, for one of the tactics is they breed them too early. They'll breed a male and a female too early. They're sexually mature at like 3 to 4 months old. So yes, they can get pregnant. Yes, they can do it. Should they? No, in my opinion. Oh, Olive, really? Olive, get on out of there. Now how's she gonna get out? Olive. What she's doing is looking for eggs, because Olive, did you just eat? Oh, you know what? I see her chomping down in there. I think what happened is the duck laid an egg, and now she went in and ate it. She knows. She knows to go in there and look. Sneaky Pete. Anyway, so they often will breed pigs too young. Or when you go to buy a pig from them, like a piglet, they will say, oh, look at the mom and dad. They're mini teacup micro pigs. No, they're not. They're only 6 months old. That's what's happening there. No, they're not. They're only, well, probably 8 months old. They're not fully grown, and those are the parents. So you cannot go by that. You need to know how old the mom and dad are and see the size, because it's all in genetics, you guys. It is all in genetics. The other thing is, a lot of times disreputable breeders will underfeed pigs to keep them smaller because they know that that smaller size is what people want. Also, I don't even need to say that, but I will, also unethical, who underfeeds an animal and keeps them nutritionally starved in order to make a buck? Bad people do. Bad people. We are not bad people. So our pigs get fed what pigs should be fed. We give them salads, as you could see from our video yesterday. If you haven't seen that one, go check that one out. We give them fruits and vegetables every day along with their pig feed. And they are allowed to get the natural size that their genetics want them to be. So that being said, I have seen when we bought Theo, because Theo was not born here on our farm, so when I went out to look at Theo, I took a look at his mom and dad, and these people came very recommended to us by the feed store, who I trust also. And so Theo's mom and dad were 2 to 3 years old each. And so they were, while they might fill out a little bit more beyond their current size, their stature is not going to get noticeably bigger than what it was when I saw them. So I knew that Theo is he's just a small pig, and I can absolutely tell that because we got Olive at 6 weeks old and Theo at 6 weeks old, 3.5 years apart, or 3 years apart. But no Olive, no ma'am, we're staying in. And I know how big Olive was at Theo's same age right now. Olive is just a bigger pig. Her mom and dad were bigger. Theo's mom and dad were smaller. So that means that Olive and Theo's babies will very likely be half again the size of Olive. They just don't. Oh, Olive, don't be snippy. Theo was not doing anything to you. Don't be mean. Just because you're preggers doesn't give you right to be ugly. Though you are kind of hormonal and everybody's sort of after you right now. So sort of get it. So anyway, that's the deal with pig size, pig breeding. That's, like in a nutshell, there's a whole lot more to it that we are learning, because this is the first time that we've been through pig breeding. So I'm just saying, the lesson, the moral of the story here is that with anything, there's a moral way and an ethical way to do something and a not ethical way to do something. And we're reading everything that we can so that we learn about the most ethical way to breed and to raise animals. So, if you are interested in a smaller potbelly pig, Olive should be giving birth, I'd say, in about a month to 6 weeks. And so we are starting a waiting list. She could have up to, and it would be a first come, first serve, because obviously we don't know unless we did like an ultrasound how many piglets she's carrying, which we're not going to do. So she could have 4, she could have 6, she could have 8. They tend to have a number. So if you are interested in a smaller potbelly pig, DM me. And we'll get you on the waiting list. And again, it's like first come, first serve. But we might keep one additional piglet here, but no more than that. So anyway, thought you guys might be interested in Olive's current pregnancy delicate state that our boy Theo, we are quite sure has accomplished here. Good boy, Theo. Exactly why we got him, aside from the fact that we love him and he's so darn cute. Theo, you ready for a belly rub? Is it belly rub time? Olive used to fall right over, and now she won't. It's been a while since Olive has let me rub her tummy. Of course, now that she's pregnant, she's like, don't even touch me. I totally remember those days. Oh, Theo, you're such a good pig. I love you so much. You're gonna be a good daddy. Which is a stupid human thing to say because he will probably not ever meet those piglets. and won't be raised with them. So anyway. Oh, one last thing. A lot of times people say, can you, I know it sounds a little crass, but people ask us this. So people want to know. They ask me, can you eat a potbelly pig? Well, technically speaking, you can eat pretty much any living thing. Would you want to? I don't know. If I was gonna raise a pig for food, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't do a potbelly. You'd want to do a larger pig for the same amount of effort. You can get more food out of it. But that being said, we don't raise currently, and we have no plans to raise our animals for food, and nor do we sell them as food. These will be sold as either an additional farm animal or a pet. And we are going to be very, very picky about where these piglets go because we want them to have a good home. We do not want them to be bacon. And I'm not joking there. I'm totally serious. So anyway, thanks for joining me on the Berkeley Farm Pig Sex and Pig Pregnancy 101. Pig breeding. We call it piggy porn out here. It's kind of funny. Anyway, hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Make it a good one, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow. Bye.